What's going on, YouTube? Uberman here. So I am here today to clear the air. All right, I made a video very recently that has gotten more comments than I think any video I've ever produced. And that was the entire point. Now, some of you are going to say, oh, it's a conspiracy. He's just trying to cover his ass after making a video that bombed. Let me tell you guys something. I've made a lot of videos. I've got over 600 videos right now. I know from experience what videos do well and what videos tank. This video was intended to tank from the beginning. Okay, there was no possible way this video would have actually succeeded. Now, it got a lot of views, it got a lot of dislikes, but here's the thing, guys. I wanted your input. So why didn't I just make a video asking people for their input? Because nobody's interested in that. People will skip past that because they don't care. I needed a video that was going to strike people the wrong way. I needed a video that was going to stand out, and when somebody looked at it, they're going to be like, oh, hell no, he didn't. And they're going to comment, because I want to know what everybody's truly thinking. The best way to do that is get people pissed off. And boy, I got some people really pissed off. All right, I may have lost a few subscribers. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I needed to hear what everybody's thinking out there. And a lot of people that wouldn't typically comment, well, they commented, all right? People spoke their minds on that video. And you know what? For you guys, even the ones of you that were hateful and, into this conspiracy that I'm an Uber employee, hey, you know what? I still appreciate your comments because that's what it was designed to do. Some of you went a little too far, but whatever, that was bound to happen. Now, since I'm an Uber employee, I'm going to tell you what's really going on with Uber because, I've got the inside scoop. Now, this is something, a lot of people already know, but I'm willing to bet the majority of you just haven't really given it any consideration. You haven't thought about it. But if you did, you would understand what's really going on out there. So let me spin this for you. You are Travis. You own Uber. Okay? You're in the early stages. You're just getting started. So what do? You go out and you test the waters, right? So let's say you have one driver. Just one driver. We're going to make this really simple. One driver. You charge at $1 safe rider fee. Okay? So you get that off the top and you charge 20% commission. All right? This one driver is out there running his tail off all day long, and he makes your company $1,000 a day. Good deal, right? Absolutely. Now, let's say you're sitting back. You put your thinking cap on. In my case, it's my Nike hat. And you say, how can I make more money? It's pretty simple. Instead of having one driver, have more drivers. Okay? So the word is getting out about your company, and you've got more people wanting to take rides, but you only have one driver. This one driver can only take so many people. You have capped your income potential because you are limited by the one driver. So instead of one driver now, you decide we're going to have 1,000 drivers. All right? And that's great. 1,000 drivers out there. That's wonderful. So one driver makes you $1,000 a day, but now you've got 1,000 drivers. Now, 1,000 drivers may seem extreme because you probably don't have the demand that requires 1,000 drivers. So how do you fix that? You drop the rates from, in my market, $2.25 or up a mile, down to where we're at today, which is 70 cents a mile. I took an Uber the other day, guys, and I don't Uber very often, but I had no choice because my car was in Yukon getting detailed, and I had no way to get there. So I took an Uber all the way from Midwest City to Yukon, Oklahoma, and it cost me $20. And the gentleman that provided me with my ride was driving a decent-sized SUV, fully loaded, touch screen. This thing looked brand new. He was driving it for 70 cents a mile. This guy didn't know about me. He didn't know about the Facebook or the YouTube channels. He knew nothing about any of this. I gave him a $20 tip because a taxi ride still would have cost me $50. I gave him a $20 tip, and I provided him with more information than I think he was ready for. And hopefully that will help him in the future as an Uber driver. Now, let's get back to the story. So you lower the rates to a point where everybody wants to ride with Uber. Why not? It's cheap. It's convenient. Okay, you don't need to worry about parking. You just push a button, a car shows up, and you go where you got to go. And then when you're done, you push a button, another car shows up. It's ridiculously cheap. So now what happens? All right, so one driver used to make you $1,000 a day. Now that driver, because of all these other drivers, isn't bringing in that much money anymore. All right, because there's so many drivers all over the place. He can't bring you $1,000 a day. But here's the deal. You've increased the percentage you take in now from the drivers from 20% to 25%. You've, in most markets, doubled, if not more, your safe rider fee, which you take right off the top from the trips. Okay, so now instead of one driver capping you, you have got a flood of drivers, and it doesn't matter if the drivers aren't busy. That doesn't matter. You can have 600 drivers sitting idle, not making any money. That doesn't matter. The point is, you want to have drivers everywhere so that when one person wants a ride, no matter where they're at, they are going to take that trip because there's an Uber available for them. What this does, it doesn't matter to Uber if one driver can make them $1,000 a day or if 1,000 drivers can make them $1,000 a day, because they're still going to make their $1,000 a day. That's not how it works. You have so many drivers and the rates are so low that you have riders everywhere taking Ubers. Uber's commission has gone up. The safe rider fee has gone up. They're making more than ever while drivers are making less than ever. And they have more riders than ever because there's an Uber available for everybody now. Do you understand? Do you get where I'm coming from here? Uber is raking in the dough while drivers are working for chump change. So for those of you that said, you made a video saying that you weren't driving for Uber. You made a video saying you were going to sue Uber. I can't sue Uber. They paid me what they owed me. I did a video. Keep up with the times, guys. I did a video about that. Uber doesn't owe me any money anymore. All right? I've had other people saying, well, Uber put you on select, so you must be a sellout because it... Guys, look in my market. I did a video about it. There's drivers all over my market that shouldn't be on select that are. They did me no favors. And as far as not driving, I haven't driven. Guys, my last trip was well over a month, probably a month and a half ago. And we've had surge and I haven't even driven. And in that video, I clearly said that I would not drive at 70 cents a mile. And I haven't. And I won't. So, as an Uber employee, I just told you how it really was, okay? I really hope I was able to break it down clear enough for you. Maybe for some of you, I simplified it too much. I don't want to come off as being condescending. I'm not. I just want to make sure that everybody understands the economics. Everybody understands how Uber is able to do what they're doing and why they truthfully don't care. They're not going to. They're not going to care about you individually, okay? They care about Uber as a whole, not about the individual driver. Crappy driver service, they don't care about that either. Because those drivers, even if they're crappy drivers, are still making Uber a bunch of money. And eventually enough complaints come in. Yes, they will terminate them. But guess what? By the time they terminate that one driver, guys, they've had 100 more drivers in that market already sign up to drive. They have an endless supply of drivers. Drivers aren't going anywhere. And they know for a fact now, at Detroit rates, at 30 cents a mile, they can still have plenty of drivers. They know drivers will continue working even at a loss. So is it wrong? Yeah. Is the way are they treating drivers inappropriately? Absolutely. This is not fair. Guys, wake up. This isn't Candyland, all right? This isn't television. Life is not rainbows and unicorns and all that bullshit. Life is bullshit. All right, it's not fair. Hey, that's something my daddy taught me at a very young age. And it's time to wake up and come to the realization that life is not fair. Okay? Uber is going to continue. I do believe in Travis and Uber, absolutely, but don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Uber and Travis, they're going to continue making money. Okay? They're going to be fine. And that's what I really meant by that video. They will be fine. He is a genius. He is. It may be wrong the way he's going about it, but he's a genius. He took nothing and turned it into a $60 billion company that's just growing and growing, exponentially growing. Whether you like him or not, you at least have to admit he's made a fortune. Let's real quick jump into the autonomous cars because everybody has been commenting about that on the video that pissed everyone off. I'm just going to say real quick, guys, I don't see autonomous cars coming anytime in the near future. I really don't. I don't think people are ready for that yet. Some people, yes. The majority of people, no. The majority of consumers are not going to be willing to give up the freedom and independence of owning their own vehicle to rely on technology. Not to mention the implications of that kind of technology that people probably haven't even thought of yet. What kind of control that takes away from us as individuals and gives to who knows? Who knows? Okay? I don't think people are ready for that yet. On top of that, and this will be my last comment before I shut this down, how in the world are we... Everybody seems to think we're going to wake up one day and we're going to be replaced by autonomous cars. Can somebody please explain to me where all of these autonomous cars are coming from? The technology isn't even perfected yet, guys. It's not done. Technology is not completed. There are still a lot of bugs, a lot of issues to work out. How do you think one day, within the next few years, we're just going to get up and there are going to be enough autonomous cars in every market around the world that drivers suddenly won't be needed anymore? It's not going to happen, guys. Autonomous cars are a long way off. And I don't know what that was, but that seems like the timer saying it's time to go. So, sorry for the long video, guys. I really wanted you to understand where I'm coming from, and I wanted to open your eyes to see what's really going on here. I don't know if there's anything we can do about it as individuals. I really don't. But, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Be safe out there, and Uber on.